Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It is Saturday evening. Pretty good day for Spurs. Of course, we had the Brentford game this morning. I was coming in a little wary of it. We've had some tough matchups with them, and Thomas Frank has them generally playing a pretty good defensive style when they face us that they look to counter on us, etc. And weirdly, the game didn't totally end up that way. But I mean, right out of the gate, what a crazy start. So I'm barely getting settled in. Peacock was screwed up to begin with, so I ended up, it was like on the Liverpool game. So I switched to the Spanish version, which was fine. I don't necessarily need to hear any English commentary. And I can actually understand a little bit of what they're talking about after a few years of high school Spanish. But anyway, so right out of the gate, Mbeumo with a great finish from across into the box, like at 30-some seconds. I mean, just ridiculous. We didn't close out the cross well enough, and Mickey was just too far off of Mbeumo, and boom, suddenly we're down 0-1. So yeah, not great. And but luckily, we responded well, and throughout the game, we're doing an outstanding job of pressing from the front. And it ended up being a weird game in the sense that oddly, it was like 52-48 percentage. It was not the typical full domination that we've seen like so far this season, and in past games, or typically the teams that are looking to break on us are just letting us have the ball, but that was not really how it played out at all. Anyway, we got some really good performances, particularly from Maddison. Starters, I should mention, front line was Son, Solanke, and Brennan Johnson. And the back line was the usual four in terms of Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Udogie. And then our midfield still had Bentancur at the 6, and went with Kulusevski and Maddison. And it really was a great group for us. And just super impressive with the way they were able to press and just harry Brentford. And it was really good to see some improvement from Udogie. It really feels like he's starting to come back to the guy that we saw prior to his injury at the end of last season. Making some good runs up to the box, and just doing a good job defensively, of course, too. But and then of course, so let's see. Our opening goal, I believe, was that Brennan Johnson's? I think so. He had at least one chance prior to that, but then ended up just a great finish to the far post in transition. Just perfect finish. And then the second goal that gave us the go-ahead goal, I think, or was it Brennan Johnson's? I may have them reversed. Was the first goal actually Solanke's first for the team? Maddison had a great shot that was deflected. Dom pounced right on it, and Boom. Yeah, I think that was the equalizer. It's been a while since then, so they're all blurring together for me. But yeah, those were the two in the first half, definitely. And then coming out into the second half, things were a little more contested, I guess, or I don't know. You always want to get that third goal, and it took us quite a while to get there. And Johnson had at least one other really good chance similar to the first one. Just fine margins, just a little bit wide of the post again. And anyway, ultimately, the third goal was a brilliant chip from Maddison. And yeah, just perfect finish and a great capper to what had been a good showing for him, where I believe he finished with 2 assists and that goal now. And although think of the forward line, Brennan Johnson happy with his performance, great response once again, second straight game of scoring after the nonsense that forced him to shut down his Instagram, etc. Really good to see him, having this good run of form. And, it's clear that the fans that have been harassing him are unfortunately, a far too vocal minority on, social media. The vast majority of fans are in his corner, want him to do well, and are not going after him constantly, etc. So anyway, very happy to see him continuing that streak, and Maddison to have that breakout kind of game. Kulusevski was great today as well, working really hard, continuing to be that creative spark and ball carrier in the middle. Defense, solid. Vicario a little shaky at times, got some good stops, but man, he just about gave away another goal earlier in the game, trying to dribble around pressure, and anyway, it was kind of crazy, but it worked out. He got the stop, and we cleared it out of there. But overall, real good efforts from all of the starting players. And then we got in some late subs with Mikey Moore making a brief cameo, Archie Gray coming in, as well as Barival, and so definitely. And actually Basuma came in with about 25 to 30 minutes to go, and had a key interception that set up that last Maddison goal, I believe. So he's going to be very important, depending on how long the suspension that Bentancur is going to get. I don't know. I hope it's not more than 6 games, but Bentancur was great, actually, and really, you don't want to see a guy that's coming into form finally after all those injury issues last season, recovering from injuries. It's tough. Anyway, just a very positive game. Really good to get those 3 points, and looking forward to seeing if we can continue that positive play, get a string together a few more wins this week. So, as always, thanks for tuning in, and remember, to dare is to do.